This is lecture 4 of module 2. It is first collection of water sample. Before testing, the water samples are collected from the sources of water, and the following points should be kept in mind while collecting the samples. 1. If the water is to be collected from a tap, sufficient quantity of water should be allowed to pass through the tap before collecting the sample from it, because it will eliminate the stagnant water. The second point is, if the water is to be collected from the surface stream or a river, it should be collected at least about 40 to 50 centimeter below the surface to avoid collection of surface impurities, oils, tree leaves, etc. In case the water is being collected from the ground sources, that is through wells or tube wells, sufficient quantity of water should be pumped out before collecting the samples. Next, methods of collection of water sample. Then methods of collection means that if for analysis of water, 3 tests will be done, that is physical test, chemical test and biological test. And for physical test or for physical examination, the water can be collected in fully cleaned ordinary buckets. If the water is to be collected for chemical test, the containers are usually glass bottles of more than 2 liters capacity, and these bottles should be thoroughly washed, clean, and the water should be collected in it. Then for the collection of water for biological test, utmost care should be taken. That is, the person who collects the water sample must be free from any disease. The container bottles must be clean with sulfuric acid, potassium dichromate or alkaline permanganate, and then should be thoroughly rinsed with distilled water, and finally sterilization is done. Immediately after collection of the sample, the bottles should be closed and covered with cloth to prevent accumulation of dirt, etc. over them. These are the methods of collection of water sample. For physical examination, containers are usually ordinary, fully cleaned ordinary bucket. For chemical test, containers are usually glass bottles, and for biological test, again the glass bottles are used for collecting the water sample, but the utmost care should be taken. That is, the person who collects the water sample must be free from any disease. Next, water analysis. Water analysis is very important. The analysis of water of the source is done to determine the various impurities present in it. On the basis of these impurities, the treatment plan will be designed. Therefore, the analysis of water is very necessary before designing any water supply scheme. Similarly, after the treatment of water, its analysis is again done to ascertain that the water has been purified or not. And the tests which are done during the water analysis include physical test, chemical test and biological test. First one, physical test or physical characteristics. Physical analysis of water is carried out in order to determine the physical characteristics of water. This includes a test for determining turbidity, color, taste and odor, temperature, specific conductivity, etc. The physical characteristics include temperature, color, turbidity, taste and odor, conductivity, etc. First one, temperature. The temperature of water is measured by means of ordinary thermometer. Then from the temperature the density, viscosity, vapor pressure and surface tension of water can be determined. And the saturation values of solids and gases that can be dissolved in water and the rate of chemical and biochemical and biological activity are also determined on the basis of this temperature. Then the temperature of surface water is generally at atmospheric temperature, while that of groundwater may be more or less than the atmospheric temperature. And the most desirable temperature for public supplies is between 4.4 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius. Temperature above 26 degrees Celsius are undesirable and above 35 degrees Celsius are unfit for public supplies. Next, color. The color in water is usually due to organic matter in colloidal condition, but sometimes it is also due to mineral and dissolved organic impurities. The excessive growth of algae and aquatic microorganisms may also sometimes impart color to the water. Before testing the color of water, total suspended matter should be removed from the water, and after this the color of water is compared with the standard color solutions or color disc. The color produced by 1 milligram of platinum in 1 liter of water has been fixed as the unit of color. The permissible color for domestic supplies or domestic water is 20 ppm on platinum cobalt scale. The color in water is not harmful, but it is objectionable. But the color produced by 1 milligram of platinum in 1 liter of water has been fixed as the unit of color. Then turbidity. Turbidity is caused due to the presence of suspended and colloidal matter in the water, and the character and the amount of turbidity depends on the type of soil over which the water has moved. And comparing the surface water and groundwater, groundwaters are generally less turbid than the surface water. And turbidity, what is turbidity? Turbidity means it is a measure of the resistance of water to the passage of light through it. Turbidity is expressed in terms of milligrams per liter or ppm, and turbidity produced by 1 milligram of silica in 1 liter of water is the unit of turbidity. നേരത്തെ കളറിൽ നമ്മൾ 1 milligram പ്ലാറ്റിനം 1 ലിറ്റർ വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഡിസോൾവ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്ത് കളർ കിട്ടുന്നു അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് കളർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് കളർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ്. അതുപോലെ ടർബിഡിറ്റി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് ടർബിഡിറ്റി പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ്ഡ് ബൈ 1 milligram ഓഫ് സിലിക്ക ഇൻ 1 liter ഓഫ് വാട്ടർ ഈസ് ദ യൂണിറ്റ് ഓഫ് ടർബിഡിറ്റി. And turbidity is determined by the turbidity rod or tape, then by turbidimeters. That is, commonly used turbidimeters are Jackson's turbidimeter and Bally's turbidimeter. Then turbidimeters are used for determining the turbidity of a water sample. Its unit is NTU, Nephilo, capital NTU, Nephilo turbidity unit. Next, taste and odor. Taste and odor in water may be due to the presence of dead or live microorganisms, dissolved gases such as hydrogen sulfide, methane, carbon dioxide or oxygen combined with organic matter, mineral substances such as sodium chloride, iron compounds and carbonates and sulfates of other substances. അപ്പോൾ വാട്ടറിൽ ടേസ്റ്റും ഓഡറും വരുന്നത് അതിൻ്റെ മെയിൻ സോഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് എന്തൊക്കെയാണ്? Dead or live microorganisms, dissolved gases such as hydrogen sulfide, methane, then carbon dioxide or oxygen combined with organic matter, mineral substances such as sodium chloride, iron compounds, carbonates, and sulfates of other substances. And this odor of water also changes with temperature. And the odor may be classified as fishy, mouldy, sweetish, vegetable, etc. The water having bad smell or odor is objectionable and should not be supplied to the public. And the intensities of the odors are measured in terms of threshold number. Threshold number, the number is numerically equal to the amount of sample of water in CCS required to be added to 1 liter of fresh odorless water. അപ്പോൾ the intensity, ഓർഡറിൻ്റെ ഇൻറ്റൻസിറ്റി നമ്മൾ എക്സ്പ്രസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഇൻ ടേംസ് ഓഫ് ത്രെഷോൾഡ് നമ്പർ. ത്രെഷോൾഡ് നമ്പർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ശരിക്കും ഇറ്റ് റെപ്രസെൻറ്റ്സ് ദ ഡൈല്യൂഷൻ റേഷ്യോ at which the odor is hardly detectable. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇപ്പോൾ സപ്പോസ് 2 ml സാമ്പിൾ എടുത്തു. ആ 2 ml സാമ്പിളിനെ നമ്മൾ എത്രയായിട്ട് ഡൈല്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ ആണോ ആ വാട്ടർ സാമ്പിളിൻ്റെ ഓർഡർ ഫ്രീ ആയത്, അതാണ് ത്രെഷോൾഡ് നമ്പർ. Threshold number represents the dilution ratio at which the odor is hardly detectable. Then water to be tested is therefore gradually diluted with odor-free water, and the mixture at which the detection of odor by human observation is just lost is determined. The number of times the sample is diluted represents the threshold odor number. Threshold number, it is also called threshold odor number. For example, if 40 ml of the sample is diluted and is made 200 ml, then the threshold number will be 200 divided by 40, that equal to 5. And for public supplies, and the water should generally be free from odor, that is the threshold number should be 1 and should never exceed 3. ഇപ്പോൾ പബ്ലിക് സപ്ലൈയിൽ ത്രെഷോൾഡ് നമ്പർ എപ്പോഴും 1 ആയിരിക്കണം, പക്ഷെ 3യിൽ എക്സീഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല. നെക്സ്റ്റ്, സ്പെസിഫിക് കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി ഓഫ് വാട്ടർ. The specific conductivity of water, the total amount of dissolved salts present in water can be easily estimated by measuring the specific conductivity of water. അപ്പോൾ വാട്ടറിൽ ഡിസോൾവ്ഡ് സാൾട്ടിൻ്റെ എമൗണ്ട് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ സ്പെസിഫിക് കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി നമ്മൾ മെഷർ ചെയ്താൽ മതി. ദ സ്പെസിഫിക് കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി ഓഫ് വാട്ടർ ഈസ് ഡിറ്റർമിൻഡ് ബൈ മീൻസ് ഓഫ് എ പോർട്ടബിൾ ഡൈഅയോണിക് വാട്ടർ ടെസ്റ്റർ and is expressed in micromole per centimeter at 25 degree Celsius. MHO or micromole എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ it is the unit of conductivity and equals 1 ampere by 1 volt. The specific conductivity of water in micromoles per centimeter at 25 degree Celsius is multiplied by a coefficient, generally 0.65, so as to directly obtain the dissolved salt content in milligrams per liter. And the exact value of this coefficient depends upon the type of salts present in water. ഇപ്പോൾ സ്പെസിഫിക് കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റിയിൽ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുമ്പോൾ ടോട്ടൽ എമൗണ്ട് ഓഫ് ഡിസോൾവ് സാൾട്ട്സ് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാനാണ് സ്പെസിഫിക് കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി ടെസ്റ്റ്. അത് ഡിറ്റർമിൻ ചെയ്യണം ബൈ മീൻസ് ഓഫ് പോർട്ടബിൾ ഡയയോണിക് വാട്ടർ ടെസ്റ്റ്. ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടുന്ന കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റിയുടെ യൂണിറ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് in micromole per centimeter at 25 degrees Celsius. MHO എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് യൂണിറ്റ് ഓഫ് കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി ആൻഡ് ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു 1 ampere by 1 volt. ഇനി ഈ സ്പെസിഫിക് കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി വാല്യൂ ഇൻ മൈക്രോമോസ് പെർ സെൻറ്റിമീറ്റർ അറ്റ് 25 ഡിഗ്രി സെൽഷ്യസിനെ ഒരു കോയിഫിഷ്യൻ്റ് കൊണ്ട് മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കിട്ടുന്നതാണ് ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഓഫ് ഡിസോൾവ്ഡ് സോൾട്ട് കണ്ടൻറ്റ് ഇൻ മില്ലിഗ്രാം പെർ ലിറ്റർ. അപ്പോൾ ആ കോയിഫിഷ്യൻ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ജനറലി 0.65 ആണ്. പിന്നെ ഈ വാല്യൂ നമ്മൾ exact value of this coefficient depends on the type of salts present in water.